Good morning, students. As we have done the postulates of Bohr's model and also for hydrogen atom we have done. There are some limitations of Bohr's model also. The first limitation we can say is that he was unable to explain line spectra of multi-electron atoms. Only for hydrogen he has explained every energy, radius, everything he has given for one electron atom. Multi-electron atoms he has not explained line spectra for multi-electron atom. Then the second one is that he was unable or he fails to account for finer details of hydrogen spectra. Doublet to closely spaced lines of hydrogen spectra, he was unable to explain that. Then the most important, he was inability to explain splitting of lines in magnetic field, which is known as Zeeman effect. In exams, sometimes the question explain the splitting of lines in magnetic field, which is called as Zeeman effect. And if he was unable to explain the splitting in electric field, it is Stark's effect. This is also a limitation. Means if the source emitting the radiation is placed in magnetic or electric field, it is observed that each spectral line splits into a number of lines. But he was not able, he hasn't explained the splitting of lines when it was put in magnetic or electric field. Now it could not explain the ability of atoms to form molecules by covalent bonds. He was not able to explain that also. And the most important and our next topic, he ignores dual behavior of matter and also contradicts Heisenberg uncertainty principle, which we will be doing now, the next topic. So he was inability to explain the line spectrum of multi-electron atoms. Only of hydrogen he has explained. And then he was failed to explain hydrogen spectrum, fails to account for finer details of hydrogen spectrum. He was unable to explain the splitting of lines in magnetic and electric field, could not able to explain the ability to form molecules by covalent bonds, and also he ignores the dual behavior of matter and also contradicts Heisenberg principle, which we will be explaining it in the next topic. Now towards we can say quantum mechanical model. Which Bohr was unable to explain it is based on two topics which Bohr haven't explained. First is de Broglie concept of dual nature of matter, and the second work is Heisenberg uncertainty principle. These were the limitation of Bohr, but quantum mechanical model is based on these two topics mainly. First of all, what is this de Broglie concept of dual nature of matter? See, dual nature that, what does dual nature? That matter should exhibit both particle as well as wave-like properties. Not only particle one and not only the wave-like, but both matter should exist as both particle nature also it can exhibit, and as well as wave-like properties also it can exhibit. And the most important is that what is the description or numerical representation he has done, that lambda is equal to lambda wavelength is h by mv. mv mass velocity, which we can say p, which is also linear momentum, where p is linear momentum of particle. This thing Bohr haven't explained, that it exhibits both the characteristics, particle as well as wave characteristics. In this you only have to give the statement if it comes, and you only have to give the numerical representation. Sometimes numericals come on this topic. Lambda is equals to h by mv. H you know is Planck's constant. We have done 6.6 into 10 raised to power 34. Then according to de Broglie, every object in motion have a wave character. The wavelength associated with ordinary objects are so short that their wave properties cannot be detected. The wavelength associated with electrons and other subatomic particles can however be detected experimentally. So both the properties it exhibits and it can be determined experimentally also. Now the next one is the Heisenberg uncertainty principle. Now what statement does Heisenberg give? That both that it is impossible to measure simultaneously the position and momentum of small particles with absolute accuracy. At the same time, it is not possible to determine the position as well as momentum simultaneously. They are given at the same very time. If an attempt was made to measure any of these two quantities with higher accuracy, the other becomes less accurate. If this is with higher accuracy, it is accurate, it becomes less accurate. If this is with higher accuracy, this becomes less accurate. The product of uncertainty in position as well as of momentum, the product, the multiply, if you will do this, is always greater than equal to h by 4 pi. This is fixed. This is the statement, numerical representation of Heisenberg, that if we can write it over like this also, P, you know, m delta V greater than equal to h by 4 pi. Now again we can write it like that, like only this is of, you know, mass is constant, delta V is greater than equal to h by 4 pi, m comes over here, m. this is fixed, and these two things cannot be determined with high accuracy or simultaneously. We have done failure of Bohr's model, Heisenberg uncertainty principle, as well as we have completed dual nature of matter. Now the thing is that the classical mechanics is based on classical mechanics is based on Newton's law of motion. It describes the motion of macroscopic particles, only macroscopic big particles, but fails to explain in case of microscopic particles, but fails to explain in case of microscopic particles. Now quantum mechanics, this was classical mechanics. Quantum mechanics, if we talk about this quantum mechanics, which deals with study of motion of microscopic objects which has both wave-like and particle-like properties. This is the difference between classical mechanics as well as quantum mechanics. Now this quantum mechanics is based on one fundamental equation. We will not go in detail in quantum mechanics, the Schrödinger equation. We will just do the equation and what are the terms used in that, which is based on the fundamental equation known as Schrödinger equation. And what is this Schrödinger equation? For a system, the Schrödinger equation is written as like now H is the Hamiltonian operator. You have to remember this equation. What is Schrödinger equation? Sometimes in paper you will get the question, what is Schrödinger equation, and on which equation is a quantum mechanics based on this Schrödinger equation, and what are the terms used and what are the characteristics of these terms. H is this, E is the total energy of the system. This equation is for any system. Then psi represents the wave function, which is the amplitude of the electron wave. Now, when the Schrödinger equation is solved for hydrogen atom, the solution gives many possible. Just a minute. See, when Schrödinger equation is solved for hydrogen atom, the solution gives the possible energy levels or the electron can occupy, and the corresponding wave function of the electron associated with each energy level. Out of the possible values, certain solutions are permitted. Each permitted solution is highly significant and it corresponds to definite energy state. Thus we say energy is quantized. This I will give you in notes. The equation is this, and psi, we'll talk about this, which gives the amplitude of wave. This single has no significance. Means that if we take psi square, then it gives the region in which probability of finding an electron is maximum. This symbol has no significance. If we will do the square, this is the probability of finding an electron. A region it will give you an electron is maximum. This is known as probability density. Psi square is probability density.